Albert Einstein says that you can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it. What does that mean? That means in business, as entrepreneurs, we have issues, we have things we're trying to solve, and in our life in general, we have problems we want to solve, and we look at those problems and we try to think about what we can do to fix things in our life, fix things in our business, but we're doing it with the same mind that created the problem. I'm excited to tell you today about the power of your mind, how you can change your mind and how you can solve your business problems and your personal problems and live your best life ever. My name is Jenny Harkleroad. I am the owner of Balanced You. I'm a #1 best-selling author and speaker and mind change teacher. In my former life, I was a top producing realtor in San Diego. I had a team of 5 buyer's agents and 2 full-time secretaries, and we were producing double digits in the millions, which meant I had the houses and the cars and the Disney vacations. But my greatest claim to fame are my 4 amazing kids who are now 22, 20, 16, and 13. And my sweet husband, we've been married 25 years. So today, entrepreneurs hire me and my team of mind reprogramming teachers to transform their business to create their ultimate success, because most are stuck in mind chatter and self-sabotage and limiting beliefs. So we help them set up a new automatic operating system, literally change their brain. It's simple and it's powerful and it's effective so they can accomplish their goals. What do they want? More money, more time, more freedom, more happiness, more health, better relationships. Some of you might be wishing for some of those things as well. Some of you might want some more money. Why? What are you going to do with it? Well, there's the basics, right? Pay the bills. And then there's beyond the basics. Have some fun. Buy that new car. Get some fancy clothes. Go on some trips. How about donate to a cause you believe in? There are so many good causes in this world. Many of you are working way too many hours. I hear that entrepreneurs are the only people who will work 100 hours a week so they don't have to work 40 hours a week. Can you relate to that? How many hours are you working, and would you like more free time? Some of you just want some freedom, freedom to go and do as you choose instead of being so tied down by all your responsibilities in your business and maybe in your family life as well. Maybe you want some flexibility and some freedom. So today I am going to tell you the 3 secrets to creating ultimate success in your business and personal life. Now, these 3 secrets are probably secrets you have not heard before. These are not mainstream secrets. These are literally secrets that change your mind, just like Albert Einstein talks about. You've got to approach things with a new mind. I'm also going to offer you some free resources that you can use to change that mind, to change that brain, and to live the life of your dreams, to create your ultimate success. I'm really excited to share with you how I learned these things. And it wasn't in college, wasn't in a textbook, it wasn't from a teacher. It was on a mountain cliff. It was August 10th of 2013. I was hiking with my family and friends. We had camped out overnight. We went on this beautiful hike in the morning, and we were hiking back down the mountain. We got to this ledge, and my husband said, if I was young and in shape, I would jump off of here. And you know what I thought? I'm young and in shape, and I jumped. And when I landed, I heard a crunch. And immediately I started yelling and screaming. And my husband tried to help me get me up, and do not touch me. I was in severe pain. And so he called 911. And thankfully, luckily, the cell phone somehow picked up a satellite signal to call 911 because we were out of coverage area. And so when Lifeline came, they strapped me to a board and ziplined me up to a hovering helicopter, pumped me with morphine. Oh, thank goodness for that stuff, right? And then in the hospital, they did some MRIs, which I wasn't even conscious of. I don't remember this part, but I do remember waking up for them to tell me that I had broken my back. Ew. That's bad news, right? Good news, you're not paralyzed. Bad news, you're not going anywhere anytime soon. And jokingly, I said, does that mean I can't go to yoga tonight? And they said, yeah, scratch that off your calendar and actually everything on your calendar for the next 6 weeks at least. Which I did. I laid home in bed and cried because I'm a top producer, right? I had the big real estate business and the 4 kids. I was also serving in my church, running the women's organization. I was fundraising in the community. I was involved in all sorts of things, and it all came to a screeching halt. So when everything comes to a halt, what happens? Well, I had some thinking time, and here's what I thought. I want to get better first. But second, I want my life to be better, because here's what was going on with me. I was living with some major secrets I was keeping in because I had this false belief that I was supposed to put on a show for people. I was supposed to be so successful and so happy and everything in my life so perfect. And when it wasn't, I just pretended it was for everybody else, and honestly for myself too. But how it came out for me was in chronic physical pain. And I had struggled with that since elementary school. I was most often taking about 30 ibuprofen a day. Once in a while, I'd have to have surgery for one of my problems because it was so bad, the pain pills or the ibuprofen wasn't helping. And I was just struggling physically. I was taking about $500 a month of immune support herbs when we first got married. So, that's kind of strenuous on a newlywed budget. And this was 25 years ago. So it was even more significant then. I just wasn't healthy, and I wanted to get healthy and I didn't know how. The next secret I had was I wasn't that happy in my marriage. And that's putting it really nicely. I wanted out, and I first remember wanting out after about 2 years. So it's been about 20 at this point, and I've just been holding it in, struggling. And once in a while, I couldn't hold it in anymore, and we'd see therapists and we'd see counselors and we'd pray and we'd make sure we had date night and we would try harder to enjoy each other. But I was not having it, and I couldn't figure out how to make it better. I wanted to, I believed in family. I wanted to stay together, but I was getting to the point after almost 18 years of struggling, like I cannot hold on anymore, right? Like on the edge of a cliff, like my fingers are giving out. I wanted to fix that. I didn't know how. And my third secret was I wasn't that fond of real estate. I mean, I love people, I love helping people, but the actual real estate part of it, it wasn't that much fun for me. But because I was so successful at it, guess what? I was doing it all the time. I remember one day my husband came home and I said, my phone has just been ringing off the hook. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I said, how many calls do you think I got today? Just guess. And he's like, I don't know. I said, I don't either. Let's count. And I scrolled through my phone. It was over 250 calls I had gotten that day. That's too much when you're doing something that you're not passionate about. It was too much. I couldn't take it. And so I literally broke. I broke my back, and I was stuck with now a broken back and all these problems to solve. So of course, the one top of mind was, let's get better from this broken back. Well, first I had a lot of bed rest, and then I started slowly trying to move a little bit and seeing some chiropractor for some laser work, just gentle things, and massage and physical therapy. And I was doing pool exercises with the grandparents every morning in the 55 and older class, the silver sneakers class, all these things to try to get better. And a year later, I was still in miserable pain. I couldn't sit in a chair. It hurt so bad to sit, which also meant I could barely drive my car. If it was like super short, I could do it like, oh, yeah, no way to live my life. I used to hang out with my friends and I would stand the whole time. And eventually I just wouldn't go because it was just, oh, it hurt. I was in so much pain. I wanted to get better. And a year after that, I was in the same place. Oh, so frustrating, right? And so I decided something has got to be structurally wrong with my back. They must have missed something. And so long story short, I convinced surgeons to do major surgery on my back. So they cut me open in about 6 different places in my back and my side, put in rods and screws and a synthetic disc, sewed me all back up. put me in a back brace on a walker, sent me home. If you've ever had major surgery, feels like you got run over by a train, right? So I'm healing from that. And it was a really bad day when I realized now that the surgery pain had lessened enough to tell that the same original burning pain I had in my back was still there. It had not gone away. The surgery had not helped the pain. Bad day. So now it's 7 months after major surgery and I'm searching for answers. What am I going to do? And the doctor said, there's nothing more you can do. You have tried it all. I mean, literally, you've been seeing someone every day for almost 3 years. There's nothing left. Here's your pain pills. Best of luck to you. I said, you don't understand who I am. I have things to do. I cannot live like this. And so my search continued until one beautiful day I met Dr. Warren Jacobs, medical doctor turned integrative medicine applied kinesiologist. And I actually just was at his house for the last 3 days. I just came straight from his house and spending some time with him. Oh my gosh, that guy changed my life. And here's how he changed my life. He taught me about the power of my mind. I spent about 6 hours with him, and guess what happened? This was back when I was in severe pain. My pain disappeared like a light switch. It just shut off. And I was amazed. I was afraid to move. I thought it would come back. And you know what else? Then we got rid of my painkiller addiction, and then we worked to heal my marriage, and all these things that had been going wrong in my life, we reprogrammed them. We changed my brain, and all of a sudden my world transformed. Well, guess what happened then? I had so much interest in the mind and so little interest in real estate that I literally walked away from my real estate business and put a for sale sign in my big custom home and started over, studying the power of the mind and how I could help myself and my family and my friends, and now the world, transform by tapping into this power that they don't even realize they have. Now, I love helping entrepreneurs because I've been an entrepreneur basically my whole life. My last job was when I was 20 years old, working at a Bank of America. That's where I worked. And, I always knew I could succeed. And I walked in that bank and I said, are you hiring? Yes, we are. Perfect. I want a desk job over there. And they said, do you have banking experience? I said, no, but I'm great at selling, and put me over there. You'll be happy you did. I barely knew the difference between a debit and a credit. I didn't know what I was doing, but I believed in myself. And that is a subconscious program. Do you believe in yourself? Well, if you don't, here's the good news. I can help you believe in yourself. And it's not by motivation or meditation or trying harder or affirmations. It's literally by changing the programming in your brain. And I'm going to talk to you more about how to do that. So right now I'm going to tell you the 3 secrets to creating ultimate success as an entrepreneur. And really, these are the 3 secrets to creating success as a wife, as a mother, as a husband, as a whatever you are. These are the same 3 secrets. All right. So pay attention to these for business, but pay attention to these for life, because it's the same principles that will change your life and create ultimate success in all aspects of your life. So here's the first secret. The first secret is that you have 2 minds, a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. And we put so much focus on our conscious mind, but really we need to put so much focus on our subconscious mind. Here's why. Our subconscious is literally controlling us, literally. And if you think about it, you ever driven across town and you get there and you're like, I don't even remember driving here. How did I get here? I was thinking about something else. It's a subconscious program. I personally play the flute. I played so much when I was young that now, once a year or so, I dust it off, go perform, and people are like, wow, you must practice all the time. No, not at all. It's muscle memory. It's a subconscious program. So we have these programs, and they are not just about your hair growing and your heart beating and your eyes blinking. They are about how you think and how you feel and how you act and how you react and how you are in relationships and how you are in health and wellness and how you are in your sleeping patterns and how you are in your money and your time and your freedom. So remember, the conscious mind processes a couple things at the same time, about 40 bits of information per second, right? You can only do so many things at the same time. Your subconscious mind, on the other hand, processes 40 million bits of information per second, 1 million times powerful than the conscious mind, and processes thousands of things in a second at the same time, thousands of things. So if you want to change something about your life, where do you think it's more powerful to focus on, trying harder or reprogramming your automatic? It's a no-brainer, right? I think of it like a tidal wave. Have you ever been in the ocean and felt the power of the water? Oh my gosh, it's crazy, right? You think, oh, I'll just jump over this wave. It's little, like 3 or 4 feet high, and then it just plows you down. Well, imagine a tidal wave. That is like your subconscious mind. Oh, you can't fight it. And when you try, you get so frustrated with yourself because you're like, why can't I do this thing? Why can't I eat better? Why can't I go to the gym? Why can't I get out of bed in the morning when my alarm goes off, whatever the goal is? Why can't I lose the 20 pounds? Why can't I get along with my spouse? I mean, I married them. I was so in love with them. Why can't we get along now? It's a subconscious program. And it's the same in business. Why is the money not coming to me? Probably because you have a subconscious block to it. And as soon as you take down that wall, here comes the money, here comes the happiness, here comes whatever you're looking for. So that's secret number 1 to success, is to realize you have those two minds and then put your focus on the subconscious. So here's secret number 2. You were programmed, plain and simple. You were programmed when you were a kid, really from when you were in your mother's womb till about 7 or 8 years old. Your brain was in a theta state, and everything you heard, felt, dealt with, saw, it just became a program. Even smelled, right? You smell something and you're like, brings you back. Yeah, it became a subconscious program. And so the language that was spoken in your house became your language, right? You spoke the language that was spoken in your house. It was programmed into you, whether you wanted it or not. Maybe they taught you English and you would have rather learned Chinese. Too bad for you. They didn't speak Chinese, so you didn't learn Chinese. Well, think about what else you learned in your house. Whether it was good or whether it was bad, you learned it and it became your programming. It could have to do with your health, could have to do with your relationships, could have to do with your money, and so on and so forth. So you were programmed. You literally have a program in your brain for every single thought, feeling, action, reaction, and it's based on what you learned and observed when you were young. Now, most of us had some things that we didn't like growing up, and we don't want that programming, right? You ever hear of someone who grows up in an abusive home and then they marry someone abusive and you're like, what were you thinking? No, it has nothing to do with thinking. It has to do with programming. They went to their comfort zone, and their comfort zone is being abused. Do they like being abused? No, not at all. But that's where they're comfortable. You grow up in a poor family, your comfort zone is being poor. You try to break that programming. It's like fighting against a tidal wave. Same thing if you grew up rich, right? Being poor, it's not a program in you. It doesn't happen. It's so powerful, your programming. So you can blame your family, you can blame your church, your school, your siblings, your aunts and uncles and cousins, your grandparents, anyone who was around you for the first 8 or so years. It's their fault, temporarily. Until I tell you secret number 3. Secret number 3 is that you are programmable. Your subconscious can be reprogrammed. And I believe that this is the greatest discovery of the 21st century, that you can be reprogrammed. I mean, could there be anything better than that? I don't think so. And here's why I love it, because you can change anything about your life and you can make it automatic. You can make that programming just natural as your eyes blink. You can be wealthy, you can be happy, you can be healthy that easily if you program your subconscious mind for it. Sure, you still have to do the work. You can't program yourself and sit on the couch and wait for all the money to fill up your living room, right? You still have to do the work. But when you do the work, it's easy, it's natural, it flows. You manifest it. That's the kind of life that's simple and powerful and effective that we can help you get to. So what I want you to do is know again that you are programmable. So I'm going to teach you a little bit more about that and how that works. So the first thing I want to ask you is, what do you want different in your life? Because it doesn't really matter what you don't like, what you don't have, all those things, all the negatives. We don't need to know that. We need to know what you want different in your life. What do you want different in your business? What do you want it to be like? How do you want it to be? So I want you to think of a goal, and I want you to write it down like it's a positive affirmation. Go ahead and pause this masterclass and write down what you want like it's a positive affirmation, like you already have it in first person, present now. Make it positive. Don't say I don't want, or no's, or nots, or won'ts. Positive. And make it short, like a sentence, a short sentence, not a run-on sentence. And make it something meaningful. You don't want to write like, I am happy. You want to write like, I am so incredibly happy. It amazes me every day, right? Maybe it's something about your business, about how much you make. It's so easy for me to make X number of dollars per week or per month, X number of dollars or more. Let's not put a limit on it, right? What do you want? So pause this video, write down what you want, and then come back and we'll talk a little bit more about it. All right, so after you know what you want, we have to describe this to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is sensory. It's audio, it's video, it's smelling, it's tasting, it's hearing, it's touching, right? It's not words. And so it's sensory. And so I want to ask you, what is going to look different in your life when you've accomplished your goal that you just thought about? What's going to visually change? So if you were watching a video of yourself and you don't have the goal, you hadn't accomplished it, and now you have accomplished it, what looks different? Is it your car? Is it your house? Is it your vacation? Is it your clothes? Is it the smile on your face? Is it the charities that you help? What is it? What looks different? So I want you to write down 3 things that look different when you've accomplished this goal. And the whole purpose of this is to describe it to the subconscious mind so it can recreate it for you, right? If the subconscious doesn't get it, it's like speaking Chinese to me. I don't understand Chinese. You can say anything you want, nice or mean. I don't know what you're saying. And that's how your subconscious is. So write down 3 things that will look different in your life when you've accomplished the goal. Next, you're going to write down what's someone who knows you and loves you going to say positive to you when you've accomplished this goal. If it was me, they might be like, oh my gosh, Jenny, I knew you could do this. Congratulations. What are they going to say to you? What are they going to say? Next, what are you going to say to yourself? This one's sometimes hard because sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit. We're always down on the negatives, right? But what positive thing would you say to yourself? It might be something like, if I was talking to myself, man, Jenny, nice job. Like, you're amazing at this. You did fantastic. I didn't know you had that in you. Well, maybe I did. Good job. I love you. Something like that. What would you say to yourself? And then you're going to close your eyes and you're going to get into one feeling. How's it going to feel when you've accomplished this goal? Is it excitement? Is it pride? Is it love? Is it joy? Is it relax? Is it peace? Is it calm? What is it? What's the one feeling? And close your eyes and get into the feeling of that feeling. Try to think of a time you felt that way before and hold on to it for about 10 seconds. Just really feel it in your body. When you do that, your subconscious is like, oh, okay, I see what I'm supposed to do. I understand. So the next step we do with you as a student at Balanced You is we help you open your brain bridge. What is that? It's called a corpus callosum. It literally separates the two hemispheres of your brain. You have a right hemisphere and a left hemisphere. When you're born, you have about 200 million neural connections between both hemispheres of the brain. It's like a super highway. And the older you get, the more those hemispheres get separated, and you develop your personality, and you're more right-brained or left-brained. You can Google it and find out which one you are. But the best brain is the balanced brain, a whole brain state. And so we do some brain synchronizations to get your brain bridge open so that you can form this state of brain synchronicity. When you do that, you go into a state of super learning, and you can literally use 100% of your brain. So whoever told you, wherever you heard that we only use 10% of our brain, not true, first of all. And second, if we don't use all of our brain at all times, it's because we're just on one hemisphere or the other. And we can help you get into that whole brain state, form that super learning. And then from there, what are we going to do? We're going to figure out which process that we have here at Balanced You can help you to build the new neural pathway between both hemispheres of the brain, literally reprogramming your brain just like a computer programmer reprograms a computer. Now here's the awesome thing. We have no scalpels, right? We can do this online with you anywhere in the world, or you can come into our San Diego office and work with us. We teach you what to do. We have a way to see what you need, what you believe in, what you don't believe in, which process you need to use. And then we'll walk you through the process, and then we'll check it to make sure it worked. And it literally takes a couple minutes. Did you hear me? A couple minutes to change something big. Now that may seem like that's too good to be true. And the reason you may think that is because you've tried to change something with your conscious mind, and you see that it's hard, right? Because you're fighting your programming. But this way, we're not fighting our programming at all. We're rewriting our programming and literally changing our automatic. So as automatic as you blink, that's how automatic the new program becomes. And how do we lock it in? We lock it in with action. It's kind of like when you build a path in the forest. If you use it, it stays. And if you don't, it grows over. Well, your brain pathways are the same way. With use, they get stronger, and they become your new pattern, your new program. So what I'm saying is you can literally create your life. Isn't that thrilling? You can design it like an architect. You can design it however you want it. And then you can program that stuff into yourself, those dreams and goals. And then you can create the action plan to do the work, and your subconscious will support you in getting that done because it's your program. And that's all your subconscious wants to do is its program. It's running its program, trying to accomplish its program. I tell you, we have so much fun helping people at Balanced You create their dreams. And literally, they physically look different when they walk out our door or leave the video screen with us, because they are changed from the inside out. You think about it, your imagination is so powerful. That's why visualization is so powerful. If you imagine a lemon, put it on a cutting board and cut it, take a half and squeeze the juice into your mouth. If you're really imagining that, what happens? Your mouth waters. I don't have a lemon anywhere in this office. There's no lemon nearby. How can my mouth be watering? It's a thought. Our perception is so powerful. So in this process, we literally help you change your cellular perception, how your cells respond to signals, how they respond to your environment, to other people, to what's going on. And that creates more money, more time, more freedom, more happiness, more health, better relationships for you. So if you are interested in that, I've got some free resources for you that I'm really excited to tell you about. So how you get these free resources is you text the word money freedom, and you make it all one word. You don't put a space in between. You text money freedom to 555-888. Got it? Money freedom to 555-888. No space in money freedom, all one word. And what you're going to get is you're going to get a text back from me. Yeah, from me directly. And it's going to have 3 links. It's going to say, do you want to get a link to an exercise. Just type the word exercise. And so when you type in that word, you'll get a link, and it'll take you to a little program I have in Facebook Messenger, which is really fun. And it helps you define your goal and describe it to your subconscious mind. It'll also ask you next if you want to have a call with someone, me maybe, or someone on my team. And you can do that. You can schedule a free 30-minute consult. And here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what's working for you, what's not working for you, and what you want to be working for you. What do you want different in your life? That is the million-dollar question. What do you want to be working for you? And we'll talk about how we can help you tap into the power of your subconscious mind to create that in your life. Next, it'll ask you if you want a copy of my #1 best-selling book. It's called Breaking to Be Me, and it tells my story in a little more detail of how I came to this knowing and how you can also come to this knowing and create your ultimate success. So if you would like any of those free resources, just text Money Freedom, all one word, no spaces, to 555-888, and you can start on your journey of taking your power back, literally changing your brain, transforming your life with that power. So here's what I want you to think about. What do you want different in your life? You have the power to create the life of your dreams. And I can tell you, we have clients. I had a guy come in and he said, I have a job and I really want to have a business. I have a business idea and I believe in it. I think it's a really great idea, but I'm scared to like quit my job and start a business because I have a family and bills. And so we did some reprogramming with him, helped him to gain the confidence to go for it. And I ran into him about a month later, and you know, you never know what people are going to do with the work you do together. And I said, hey, how's it coming? You know, what's been happening? And he said, I wrote my business plan. I got the funding. I quit my job. I started the business. And I was like, wow, that is so amazing. In like a month, I mean, blown away results. I had a client the other day. It was so much fun. We worked on a lot of things, and we usually say set 10 goals for an hour-long appointment. And I think we got through 11. And a week later, we always call our clients to check on their progress, because we're not a bunch of talk, we're results. We want you to have results. And so we call and we check in and see how every goal is transforming. And so I called this client and I said, okay, here's goal #1. How's it coming? He's like, oh, it's totally transformed. It's so good. It's the best. Oh my gosh. And I think this one was like, he wanted to go to the gym every day before work and he was just not doing it. He just couldn't get himself to do it. So good. Okay, awesome. Good. Okay, goal #2. What was goal #2? I think it was drinking. He was drinking too much. He didn't want to drink so much, which was keeping him stuck in bed in the morning, right? He was feeling tired because too much alcohol the night before. Okay, how's that going? Like, I haven't had a drink. Amazing, right? Great job. So powerful, the power of your mind. Okay, goal #3. How's goal #3 going? I'm telling you, all 11 goals, he was like 100% transformed in. It's so powerful, the power you hold. And so you know what people do after they work on those 10 goals? They come up with 10 more, because you know what? The first step is getting rid of your problems. And then after that, it's making your life better and better and better and better and better and better and better. And when does it stop? Really, it doesn't, because we're human. We have so many experiences, right? Oh my gosh, things happen. I have 4 kids. Things happen, right? People go through experiences and life happens to us. And there's always stuff that we can say like, how would I rather feel about that? How would I rather think about that? What would I rather say when that happens? And we can change our programming. And as we do this, we start to realize our own divinity and power. And all these negative limits that we had put on ourselves, they're not even really us. They somehow attached to us when we were growing up through experiences and traumas and dramas that we went through. These things are not us. We are so powerful, and we can create the life of our dreams. Now, does every single person transform every single goal every single time on the first try? No. And here's why. We're a little complicated, right? Sometimes there's a few layers to get through. I think of it like if I want to go home and I drive there and all of a sudden the roads close, they're doing construction. What do? I got to go reroute, get in there a different way, right? Now, sometimes your brain is like this. Maybe you've got something going on. Maybe you're struggling financially. And we reprogram that you easily make whatever amount of money you want to make. And then the next week we call you and we're like, hey, how's the money? And you're like, yeah, still not so good. Uh-oh, there was a roadblock. No problem. We are masters at getting to the root of the problem. We can find out what it is. We use a process of applied kinesiology, muscle testing. We can pick up your energy signal and tell you exactly what the block is and help you reprogram the block so you can move forward with your goals. Now, sometimes people get a benefit from having some struggle in their life, and we can look into that too. For example, say somebody comes and they've got some physical ailments and they're on disability. They want to get better, but they kind of hated their job and kind of like being home and getting paid. Can you see the conflict in their head? Like, I want to get better, but I like being home getting paid, right? We're a little bit complicated, and we are the masters at figuring out any complications that you might come across. So remember, here's what you need to do. You need to decide, what do I want different in my life? How do I want things to be? How do I want my business to look right now? How about in 6 months? How about in a year? How about in 5? How about in 10? What are my goals along the way? It's powerful to reprogram yourself, not just for I make $1 bazillion a year, right? Because what if you believe that, but you don't believe you can make 6 figures or $500,000 or $1 million or 10 million, right? You got to make sure that whole path is clear to your dreams. We can help you do that. We have a lot of different processes. We meet in groups, big groups. We meet in small groups. We have live events. We have a lot of private sessions because a lot of people don't want to tell their stuff. I know when I first started this process, oh my gosh, everything I found out about myself was so surprising. All the stuff my subconscious kept under the surface from me, thought it was unsafe to let me know this information. And when it would come up, I'd be like, I don't want anybody to know that about me. I don't want anybody to know I'm having problems in my life or my relationship or my business or my health. And we respect that. We understand that. And we have private sessions all the time for clients who just want to talk with someone privately, but not only for privacy, but just to deep dive and see what is going on, because there's a lot of stuff going on under the surface. Science says we think about 50 to 80,000 thoughts per day. But how many of them come to our conscious awareness? Not that many compared to how many we have. A lot of them we repress for whatever reason. We think it's dangerous to let that information come to surface. And it's a lot of cause of stress and pain and confusion in our life because we don't even understand what is really going on. So I want you to know the power of your subconscious mind. It's like, if you took a locomotive for your subconscious mind and a penny on a track is your conscious mind, and you said, I'll stop that locomotive with this penny. I'll just try harder to reach my dreams, to hit my goals, to make more phone calls, let's say it is, to get more leads. I'll just try harder. And here's what happens. You try harder, and then the locomotive comes and blows that penny off the track. And you say, starting Monday, I am going to accomplish my goals. I'm going to get to my dreams because I really want them. Maybe you do. And that's a great thing to test for. We can test, do you really want your dreams? Do you feel worthy of accomplishing your dreams? Do you feel deserving? Do you allow yourself to accomplish your dreams? There's so many little alleys in the mind of things that we believe and weird things we think. And you know what? None of it matters. What matters is we help you get to your dream. That's what matters. It doesn't matter what the block is or where it came from. We don't need to dive into the details of that. We need to know what you want different in your life. How do you want your life to be? I want you to close your eyes for a minute and just think about, when you were a kid, did you have any dreams that you were just, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a race car driver. I'm going to have a house on the beach. I'm going to have a Lamborghini. Did you have any big dreams like that? I hope you did. And here's what I want to know. Now in your life, what do you say about those dreams? Do you say, I was just a silly kid with crazy dreams that, it's not even possible? What do you say about those dreams? Like, when did you let go of wanting that thing? Do you think the price is too high? And maybe it is. That could be. I'm not saying it's not. Or maybe you just don't believe that you can get there anymore. Just, I've already been working so many years. If I haven't got there by now, I just need to be grateful and happy with what I have. What I have is enough. And that's a good mindset. It's powerful and good. It's happy to be satisfied with what you have. But I believe that we're all here for a greater purpose than a fancy house. I believe we're here for something specific. Do you know what that thing is? That's something we can help you figure out if you don't know. I believe that thing should be way bigger than you, because when something's way bigger than you, oh my gosh, it can light you up inside. It gets you up in the morning, gets you out the door doing what you want to do to change the world. When it's just the newest model of BMW, yeah, you can press snooze, because it's just a car. I'm okay with what I have. You make excuses, right? What do you want to do to change the world? I know that there's something that you're here for, someone you're here for, something you're supposed to do. Do you know what it is? What is your big why? At Balance You, we can help you get past all your limiting beliefs, all the blocks, because they're right here, just between your ears. That's where the blocks are. And we can help you change your brain, change those blocks. Now, Candace Pert, she's a very famous scientist who says the body is the subconscious mind. And I believe what she says about that. It's your whole body. Is it supporting you? It's not only what's in your brain, but how it's manifesting through your cellular perception. We can help you change that perception. And when you change that perception, you literally can create a new reality. I watched a really, really great YouTube video the other day. It's just type in backwards bicycle and you can find it. So this welder welds a bicycle that the handlebars turn the wheels the opposite way of what you think. So when you go to the right, the wheel goes to the left instead of the right, and vice versa. And so he tried to get an engineer to ride this bike, and this engineer thought, well, of course I can ride it. I know it's backwards. I'll just do the opposite. And he gets on it and he can't ride it. And he's like, how could this be? I know it's backwards, so I just got to think the opposite way. He could not overpower his subconscious programming. Well, he thought this was so amazing that he took this bike around the world and he offered people hundreds of dollars to ride the bike 10 feet. Nobody could ride the bike. And what he determined was knowledge does not equal understanding. Knowledge does not equal understanding. Just because you know something, oh yeah, I have a limiting belief about money because when I was growing up, they said money doesn't grow on trees and I'll never amount to anything, and who do I think I am, and rich people don't go to heaven or whatever, right? I know that. But just because you know it doesn't mean you can stop that pattern from happening inside your own head. Just like all the people who knew to do the bicycle the opposite way could not overpower their subconscious bicycle programming. You have the power to do that, and we have the method to do that. So here's what I want you to know. If you are looking for more money, more time, more freedom, better health, better relationships, peace, wellness, balance in your life, the power is in your subconscious mind. I hope you will dive into that power, like cannonball into that power, grab hold of that power, because that power will take you to your dreams. So remember, our free resources are at Money Freedom, just one word, no space in between, Money Freedom. Text that word, Money Freedom, to 555-888. Grab our free resources. Did I say that too fast? 555-888. Grab our free resources, do the exercise, get the call, and get my book, because why not? They're free resources to help you tap into this power that you hold. Remember, in the beginning, we talked about Albert Einstein. You can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it. You just can't. Like the backwards bicycle, you think you can, but when you try it, it's not working. So what is not working in your life? You have created that with your mind. So in order to change that problem or achieve that success, you have to change your mind. We have a process to literally change your brain, to repattern your mind, to change your automatic. If it interests you to tap into that power and to create the life of your dreams, we can't wait to work with you more. Our team is ready to help you achieve your ultimate success. Thanks for being with me today. I'm Jenny, owner of Balanced You.